hi, Sarah
So
from
silly.
The Upcoming.
Hi.
You know, what do you think that makes a Guy Richie film, and how exciting was it to you to, I guess, explore all those ingredients but on like a bigger canvas with the show?
What makes a Guy Ritchie film is that he really has the perfect sauce, the perfect mixture of aristocracy and criminality, and exploring all the lines in between. He does something that is so absolutely wonderful, where he has, in a way, sensible gangsters. There's death, there's crime, but yet there's, oh, you stepped on my sneaker, right? There's really reality plays into what he does. And the timing, it's his timing. The timing with which he edits his film and goes from one thing to another is impeccable. And then ultimately, and I should have started there, is the writing. The writing is always high and tight. It's exactly what he wants to say. It's smart. It's dynamic, and sometimes it's straight to the point and dry. And that's what makes a Guy Ritchie film. It's very exciting to be a part of his process, and he does it better than ever in The Gentleman.
Particularly in this series, he seems to be kind of prodding at this idea, well, in a way, are the British aristocracy the original gangsters? You know, and someone in a tracksuit can actually go toe-to-toe with someone in a £20,000 three-piece suit.
Well, this is exactly right. I mean, I love the speech that I have in this, and Guy worked on that diligently, and I thought it was brilliant when I read it, because there's a real truth in that. You know, not everything is inherited. You know, things are taken advantage of. Because I'm writing the law, and I claim all of this for me because I can, and then that gets passed down. You do it at a time when things are vulnerable, and you can have that happen, and then it becomes the law and the way it is, and you convince people that they need to be told what to do. I love that. You know, I'm smart and I can figure this out, and you don't really want to figure that out for yourself anyway, so let me do it for you. And I think part of that exists in Stanley Johnston's attitude. You know, when I come into a film and I work with a filmmaker who's as prolific as Guy Ritchie, I'm just trying to be in service. What I learned from him was that he's always cultivating the script, and he's willing to talk about it and willing to discuss it and willing to change it, even at the last minute. He has no fear, which is a wonderful thing. I think he knows what he wants visually, and I think long-form television for him works because I think he has a lot in his brain and a lot of story he wants to tell. And you can tell more story in long-form television than you can in a 2-hour film. So I think in a way it loosens him up and to be able to know what to put out now, what to save and use later. And my experience of him with words I had to say were exactly that. I came in one day and learned this whole thing. He said, I'm going to change it all. And we're going to use that later. And I went to that's a great speech you wrote. We're going to use it later. And I love that he has that kind of courage. He knows what he's doing. And I think, I was really excited to work with Kaya. I worked with her on Maze Runner. She was years younger. She's more seasoned. She was always a dynamic and wonderful actress. And working with her in this just showed me once again how much I adore people who know what they're doing and people who connect. They know what their character is and not afraid to connect. Kaya and I have some delicious
Let's get into it.
and we're friends. So it's interesting to see her sort of switch that switch and put me off a little bit, and me try to keep going at her in a very delicate and very refined and very cordial way. I adored her. Had never worked with Theo. It was wonderful to be able to work with him as well, especially with them as a duo and a couple sitting across from me, because each gave off a different energy. So I had to look at her and look at him and give them both different vibrations, which was really phenomenal. But I enjoyed it a lot. Alexis Rodney was wonderful as my trusted assistant. Very cordial, very wonderful actor. If you're coming for a job for me right now, I might say he was overqualified, but perfect for the job and does an incredible job. You know, I have the sense that Theo is most like his character. You know, and here he's in a way such an incredible straight man on one hand, and yet someone who takes action into his own hands as the series grows. He finds this may be the life for him. And I see him as being very much like that, a little bit playful, but pulls that playfulness back a little bit. So I really like him. I think Ray Winston's a lot like his character. Stanley Johnston has an American politeness that's unmatched. He comes to Great Britain. He wants certain things. He keeps being denied to buy Halstead Mansion in our particular show, and he just perseveres and keeps offering more and negotiating. It's wonderful that the Brits, they negotiate. Stanley learns that. We're negotiators. We'll negotiate until we get a deal, and it's going to happen. And so and Stanley loves fine things in life, and it's very much like I am. I love fine things in life. I can't always get all of the fine things yet, but they're all coming because I'm invited you.